Well, good afternoon, folks. Cumberland Outdoorsman here with you again. And today it's kind of a windy, somewhat overcast day. The sun's trying to poke out a few times, but I hear some raindrops falling all around me here. But I've got a little shooting video today, and what I'm going to be doing today is test firing some handguns that I've got. I've got some really fine Smith & Wesson handguns here on the table, and for practical uses, such as for hunting or for survival purposes. And the first one that I'm going to be featuring is this ultra accurate, really nice little Model 41 Smith & Wesson that I featured on some previous videos. And I'm going to be shooting at some targets at 50 yards. And I'll be trying a couple of different types of ammunition, but the one that I'm really interested in trying are these CCI small game loads that are hollow point. These are standard velocity hollow point. As you can see here, they're intended for small game. And also, I'll be featuring another .22 caliber pistol that I've got here behind me. Let me grab that. Now, the next pistol I have here that I'd like to feature is one that I've showed you in the past. And what I did is I mounted a scope on this Smith & Wesson .22 caliber pistol. It's a revolver, and this is a Model 17, folks. Let's see, it's a 17-4, and it has a long 8-inch barrel, so it should be well suited to small game hunting, such as rabbits or squirrels or anything else like that. And I'll be trying some mini mag .22 hollow points with it. Alright, the next pistol that I've got here on the table that I'd also like to feature for survival and for small game hunting is this .38 caliber. This is a Model 14-4 Masterpiece, and it has a 6-inch barrel. It has the wide hammer spur and the wide trigger, and it's a really ultra smooth .38 caliber pistol. It has a very fine trigger, and we're going to be shooting at some steel targets at 50 yards with this pistol, see if we can knock some of those big targets over. So first up, let's shoot the Model 41 at 50 yards and see what kind of accuracy we can get. I know that seems like kind of a long distance. That's normally what I shoot my rifles at. My .22 rifles is 50 yards. But you know, if you've got a really accurate pistol and you practice with it, you should be able to regularly hit small targets at that distance. So if you're in a survival situation, you're stuck out in the woods somewhere where you've gotten lost and you have a handgun by your side and you're not sure if you're going to make it out within the next few days, it's nice to know that you've got a handgun at your side that you can use effectively for gathering small game in a survival situation. And you know, it's something that's like a companion at your side. I've got another little .22 revolver that I'd like to feature at the end of the video, so that's going to be kind of a bonus for you. So let's try out the Smith & Wesson Model 41 first and see how well it'll perform at 50 yards with open sights. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and zoom in and focus in on my 50-yard target range down there. And as you can see, I've got a variety of targets. From left to right, first of all, I've got a bunny rabbit That's at 45 yards. And then on the top there, we've got 2 squirrel targets. They're at 50 yards. And then at about 49 yards there, just below that squirrel on the right, are 2 swinging targets. And they're all 2.5-inch targets. So let's see how the Model 41 will do with the subsonic small game hollow point. I'm going to go for the rabbit first. That sounded like a hit. Okay, now the squirrel on the left. Squirrel on the right. Okay, that was a hit. I'm going to go for the swinging target on the far right. And then a swinging target there on the left. That was a hit. I'm going to try for that bunny rabbit once again. Let me see if I can knock that target off of him. Oh, he almost fell over. Let me hit him again. One more time. Okay, I'm going to go for that swinging target on the far right again. That was a miss. Okay, let's try for those swinging targets once again here. I'll tell you what, those targets are so small, their front sight is completely covering them up, so if I'm missing, it's because of shooter error. It's nothing, it's not the gun, it's me. So I'm going to shoot the one on the far right there. Well, that sounded like a hit. Let's try the one on the left. Okay, that was a hit. The one on the right again. All right. That's the way to end, with a nice solid hit like that. And that's using the Smith & Wesson Model 41. Okay, next up is the Smith & Wesson Model 17 in .22 caliber. And first off, we're going to be shooting these standard velocity loadings to begin with, and then we'll try the high velocity hollow point. Let's see how well we do here. Not sure where this gun's actually even hitting. We'll try for that bunny rabbit first. That sounded like a hit. Okay, now for the squirrel on the far left. That was a hit. Now the next squirrel on the right. Okay, now we're going to go for the swinging target with the big bullseye on it on the right. I think I missed that one. Okay, that was a hit. Now the swinging target on the left. That was a hit. I'm only going to load 4 this time. Okay, here we go. There's the bunny rabbit. Oh, there's a miss. I jerked the trigger a little bit on that one. Not sure about that one. Still shooting at the bunny rabbit. Okay, that cleaned the target off of it. I'm going to go for that swinging target on the right again. I still see some orange down there. All right, clean that one off. That was using the Smith & Wesson Model 17 Masterpiece. This one also has the wide trigger, target trigger, and it has the wide hammer spur there. So with target sights, there you can see the sights. Well, now we're going to try the Model 17 again with CCI Mini Mag hollow points. That's the bullet we're going to be using. I have no idea where this gun is going to be shooting these rounds here, so anyway, we're going to try with the rabbit first. See how well we do here. Get a little bit closer. It's starting to rain, so I really kind of need to hurry up. It sounded like a hit. Try that squirrel on the left. That was a hit. Squirrel on the right. Hit. Okay, now the swinging target on the right. Miss. Try that one more time. Another miss. Well, let's load a few more. Oh, that wind is really howling. All right, 6 more here. Let's try that swinging target again here. Hit. Okay, now for the one on the left. Hit. Okay, let's try that bunny rabbit again. I wasn't too sure about that first shot. One more time here. I think I'm hitting it. I'm not real sure. I know that was a hit. Sounded like metal to me, folks. Okay, next up we've got this 38 caliber Model 14 Smith & Wesson, and I'll be shooting these reloaded bullets that I made up myself. These bullets I cast myself, and they're pretty much a mild load, more for target use. And we got 4 targets down here at 50 yards. These are heavier targets, From left to right, we've got a buffalo, a bear, and then a wild boar, a hog, and then right above it we got a Bigfoot sneaking in from the right there. So let's try for that bear first. Let's see if I can knock him over. He's about 45 yards from here. Okay, got him knocked down. Let's go for that buffalo. That's a really heavy target right there. Okay, well, I can hear that bullet smack from here. Now we'll try for the wild boar. Looks like I hit that block behind it. Shooting a little bit high. Well, that one hit. Didn't knock it over. Let's see if we can knock that Bigfoot over. If I'm out in the wild somewhere and I encounter a Bigfoot, I may have to shoot one to save myself. So let's see if this 38 will knock over that Bigfoot. Bigfoot went down. We'll try that wild boar again since it's still standing there. Almost. Hit the target. Looks like half the target's still there. Those steel targets are made out of half-inch thick steel. So they're pretty heavy, folks. Takes a pretty good hit to knock them down. These are 158 grain. Hard cast bullets. All right. That one knocked him down finally. Well, folks, I hope you enjoyed that little demonstration. I wasn't really sure if I could hit those targets at 50 yards with those other two pistols. I knew I could with that Model 41, but it was a little bit sketchy with the revolvers. But as you could see, you know, with a good steady hold, I was holding here on my bench, you know, using my elbows to prop up against the bench to get a good steady hold. I wasn't shooting offhand. And that's what you should do, you know. If you're out in a hunting or survival situation, you always want to rest that gun, whether using rifle or handgun, against the side of a tree or on top of a log or a rock or whatever, so that you can get a good steady hold, because that first shot is the one that's really going to count. Because if you miss with that first shot, a lot of times the game is gone. You're not going to get a second shot. You want to make that first shot count every time. So get a good steady hold and a nice steady trigger squeeze, keeping that sights right on target, you know, and you should be just fine. So anyway, I promised you a little bonus at the end here, and I've got it right here. This is a little pistol that I carry with me in the woods a lot of times. Even when I'm fishing, when I'm creek wading or whatever, I carry this little pistol with me. I've had it for many years now. This is not a Smith & Wesson, this is a Charter Arms Pathfinder. And it's so small, so lightweight. Let me go ahead and take the rounds out of it here while I'm doing this demonstration. It's just really lightweight, very trim, easy to carry, fairly accurate. You know, it's not super accurate like the Model 41 or whatever, but it'll get the job done. I've taken some squirrels with this at a distance of 15 to 20 yards in the past, so you know, in a pinch it will definitely do. Now it shows some wear here from where I carried it in a holster. You see this wear at the front of the barrel, This is a holster that I carry it in. In fact, I bought it with this holster. Bought it used. And it's really dependable. I mean, it's double action. You know, you can either cock the hammer back or you can shoot it in double action style. But I would always recommend shooting it with the hammer cocked back. That way you get a nice target acquisition and a much steadier trigger pull. I'll take a few shots with it much closer. I'm not going to shoot from 50 yards with this gun, just to kind of show you that it is capable. And then I'll close out the video. So let's go downrange and take a few shots with that Charter Arms Pathfinder. Well, folks, I forgot to mention that this little Charter Arms has a 6-inch barrel, and it's about half the weight of that Smith & Wesson Model 17 in 22 caliber. So I decided to come a little bit closer and set up some targets. And I got this one loaded with standard velocity, CCI standard velocity, and take a few shots here just to see how well I can do with it. I'll be shooting offhand from here. Let me shoot that squirrel in the back there first. And there's a squirrel right next to that one. Shoot that buffalo there. And then the rabbit. That rabbit's hard to knock down. Let's try that Bigfoot there. Get that rabbit again here. Well, I got 4 rounds left. Let me go ahead and finish these out. Try and hit that target on that buffalo there. Getting all around it. And try that bunny rabbit again. Hitting the target every time, but just not cleaning off the stick on. All right, I'm gonna try for that pig there. Okay, that's the Charter Arms Pathfinder, and this is my companion most of the time when I go out in remote areas, whether I'm hunting or fishing or whatever. I'll carry this little pistol with me just because it's so lightweight. I like the longer barrel because it gives me a little bit longer sighting radius, and it's not very cumbersome at all. You know, you have it on your side and you don't even know it's there because it's so light. It has the bulldog type grips, you know, fit in your hand pretty snugly. But you know, it's a challenge to shoot it, but it's a lot of fun as well. So anyway, I'm going to go ahead and close out the video, and I'll see you back at the shooting bench. Well, folks, before I close out the video, let me first of all thank you for coming along. I really appreciate you watching. Hopefully you gained some useful knowledge and some entertainment from this little video that I just presented to you. The one thing that I was really trying to relay to you, the message I was trying to give you, was that in order to become proficient with any type of gun that you have, or any kind of shooting instrument, whether it be a bow or a crossbow or anything else, you have to practice. And you have to kind of stretch your limits a little bit. And that's the reason I was shooting at 50 yards, to try to demonstrate that even with a handgun, a short-barreled firearm, you can extend your range to become effective further out, so that you can be either a successful hunter, or if need be, you're in a survival situation, you have to harvest some kind of game so that you have something to eat to be able to survive. You know, and another point that I was trying to make is to become proficient enough to make that first shot count, because that first shot is your absolute best chance in harvesting that game. Very rarely do you get a second shot at fleeing game, because after that first shot, most of the time they just disappear. You don't even know where the game went. The chances of making that next shot connect are pretty slim, folks. Every now and then it happens, but it's a pretty rare occurrence. That's been my experience anyway. So that first shot is the one that you really need to concentrate on. Practice, makes perfect. And that can be said for your survival skills as well. If you don't know how to find shelter, you don't know how to build a fire and purify water and to be able to prepare food over that fire, then you're pretty well handicapped. You don't really have any business being out in remote wilderness areas. So, I guess the thought I can leave you with is, if you were lost and alone somewhere in the woods, it's getting dark, it's getting colder, would you rather be sitting there freezing, shivering in the dark next to a tree trunk, or would you rather have some shelter with a nice fire in front of you? So learn how to build a fire with whatever you have on hand. Be able to purify water, find a water source, learn how to find shelter, and learn how to prepare meals and cook in case your life depends on it, because it very well could. If you make a trip somewhere into a remote wilderness, you get turned around, get lost, you never know. I've been lost a few times, but I've always been able to find my way out. And I'll tell you what, it was nice to know that I had my little companion here at my side in case I really needed it. One time I was charged by some wild dogs, and I had this little pistol, and I fired one shot, and that's all it took for them to turn around and leave me alone. Because most of the time these wild dogs, they know when they hear a firearm, that's it. It's time for them to leave. So yes, I did use this in a survival situation one time in my life. If I hadn't had it, no telling what would have happened. So with that food for thought, let me leave you with this as well. Remember, if you like to go hunting, fishing, camping, shooting, hiking, whatever it may be, I hope you enjoy it as much as I do. And also remember, hit that like button, smash that bell icon, and subscribe. That way you'll know when more videos like this will be coming your way. So until next time, y'all get out there and enjoy the great outdoors, shoot safely, practice your survival skills, and take care of yourselves, my friends. I'll see you next time.